Hello and welcome everybody to Fortune Racing Division 1 Championship Round 1, Belgium, Spa-Francorchamps. This is the first round of the 2024 Season 4 Division 1 Championship. We had an amazing season last time out. There was title fight going on, but not for long. Jack Brassington clinched the title last time out in Canada, and this is a beginning of a new season. I am your commentator today, BPA, and I think I can give you a very good highlight of the race. Now let's switch to the broadcast panel as we turn off this image thing. And we are now inside the game, so we are ready to start our weekend qualifying session, 18 minutes, which will eventually give us the order for the starting grid for the race. And yeah, let's see some facts about Spa-Francorchamps. One of some of the most famous corners in the Formula One calendar are here. La Source, turn 1, Rouge Radion, turn 3, 4, 5, Bruxelles turn 10, Pujon turn 12, and Blanchimont turn 17 and 20, and turn 20 and 19 is the bus stop chicane. However, the first Grand Prix in the real life here was in 1950. The track length is the longest in in the calendar, 7.004 kilometers long. Lap record is uh, on Jack 1 minute 33.408, and the pole run to turn 1 braking point is 165 meters. Safety car probability is 63%. A pit stop costs around 19 seconds, and the C2, C4, and C2, C3, and C4 compounds are here for today's weekend. And we have the first drivers out on track. Imitate Swift is dropped it before Pujon. Turn 11, exit of turn 11. He lost his front wing. He needs to come back to the pits if he wants to set a valid lap. The first driver who will start the lap is Star Wars Beast. He's now starting his lap, the first ever lap in season 4, which will count. Especially going into La Source, a very good braking point, clinching the apex, and now a run towards a Rouge Radion combination 3, 4, 5 in terms of turn numbers. He does it perfectly fine, and now the long camel straight, which has a DRS zone here. And at the end of the camel straight there is the Les Combes 7, 8 and 9. He goes through 9 right now, and we are waiting for him to go to Bruxelles. This is the Bruxelles corner. Now turn 11, which will give him a run down to Pujon, turn 12. The only car that was able to do that flat out in real life was the W11 under Lewis Hamilton. He does that with a little bit of lifting off, but he does the campus done. And now Stavelot, he went a bit down there, but he invalidated, and therefore this lap will not count. But the other AlphaTauri, no, who is on a lap, out lap, the McLaren is on an out lap, the Alpine The other Alpine is their combi. He's on Inters. Oh yeah, changes from season 3 to 4. Interspol is eliminated. There is no such a thing anymore as Interspol. Now point is now 1 point is only awarded to the driver who sets the fastest lap of the circuit. Fastest lap of the qualifying session, sorry. And we see their combi comes a 148.0, but he's on Inters. I think he wants to grip the track, or maybe he doesn't know about Interspol being removed. Davigny comes in and sets a 133.169, the fastest in this session right now. Micromash is going to finish his lap, but the other Red Bull of Jack, he came into the pits. Micromash, he rounds the final corner, opens his DRS, and now he finishes this lap and goes a 142.368, the fastest in this session. As we wait for some drivers, it's Chocolate, 42.7. He's only 4 tenths, less than 4 tenths behind Micromash. Imitate Swift on an outlap. K1, K1 going through bus stop chicane. Rounds the final corner. Opens DRS. And goes a 43.2. Not enough for pole position. Friartuk, 144.1. And can somebody tell me, what about the sound levels? Am I too loud, or am I too am I too quiet, or the game is too loud? Can somebody tell me please that, if I need to adjust anything on the stream, because the first thing is that I commentate, but the second one is giving a very good show to you guys. Leonidas comes at 143.477. He comes up to 5th place. As we see, Imitate Swift. And as I wanted to talk about Imitate Swift, remote sets a 141.378, 10 thousandths of a second. Just one. Oh, and remote cuts a Rouge Radion combination. This might be reported, because you can't do that. You can't do that on your timed lap, on your out lap, on your in lap. So what I wanted to say, it's 10 milliseconds, which is not that. That is a very, very small gap. But there is over a second, no, not over a second, 10 milliseconds under 1 second the gap, so 99 hundredths. Tyrant comes 7th now, and we see Imitate Swift finishes his lap, comes at 144.218. It's 9th. He's only nearly 1/10 slower than Friartuk. That's Vakandai, Geo, Will Cross going slowly, Jack on an outlap, and Gibbo, of course. But Star Wars Beast tries to set a lap. There's not a lot of people, but there are people who says that the combi is driving really unsportsmanlike. But let's see, Cross started his lap. He's the first of that group of 5. The top speed of that Ferrari hits 341 kph. He now goes through Les Combes and now into Brussels. Turn 11 and turn 12 is awaiting for him. He needs to be very careful on the throttle because you can easily lost and you can easily go through that white line which have happened to Cross. He invalidated his lap and therefore this lap is in the bin, the trash bin. Williams started his lap. Let's see, Gio finishes sector 1, now onto sector 2, but he drops it and it's a very, very unfortunate and a very unexpected crash. He lost it in Les Combes, but it wasn't really a speed. Jack goes fastest, 60 milliseconds ahead of Remote. What a battle we will have in this season. Like if this is the if these are going to be the differences, the gaps between these drivers, we will have a really close season. While I said that, yeah, I can turn the mic up a bit. I think it's now better. Welcome everybody in the chat and welcome everybody to Fortune Racing. Vakandai sets a purple sector 2 as the minimap says that. Gibbo comes 5th. William goes 12th. While Gio is on another lap because he did not set a lap before. Vakandai finishes his lap, goes 4th. A very good lap from the Hungarian. The combi is in 15th place. Well, I said that Cross coming out of the pits and trying to set a lap. Caution for sector 2. I think Gio dropped it. Yeah, he dropped it. He dropped it before turn 11 out at the exit of Brussels, while Jack retires from the pole position. Pujon makes it. Okay. While Gio can't take Pujon, but he has a really. Yeah, he has no right hand plate. We are inside the final 5 minutes. And William is on a lap, but he came into the pits, so it was an in lap. Gio comes into the pits, of course, and Cross is Crossfrog is starting his lap in a few seconds, while the Merc ahead of him is Vakandai. Came into the pits, and let's hear and let's see what can Cross do. I'm going to do an audio volume. I'm going to move up the audio volume to enjoy that lap. Sorry to interrupt the lap. The combi is now on the track. There was a lot of reports that he was driving really, really uh, dirty. While Cross, I will go back to Cross just to see his lap being finished. He now finishes his lap and it's a 1:33.5. It's a very good lap from him. Puts him into P11. Leonidas William retired from the pits. Kandai retired. The top 6 all retired. One minute 40 seconds left from the session. There are only 7 drivers in the actual qualifying, because the others decided to retire on their own. Let's, I think Friartuk passed. Yes, it was Friartuk, and the combi starts his lap. The source, it was a good apex and a good exit. A little bit of wheel spin. Goes through a Rouge Radion. DRS 345. He's 8 tenths faster than his Inter's lap in the first sector. Makes Broxels good, and turn 11 is good too, but he invalidated. He ran over the white line. He shifts down a little bit of lift off, but that lap is invalidated. Now we switch to Davy Ney, because he's faster by 1/10 of a second. The time is up, so these are the final chances. He stays where he is, 2 tenths down, and there can be the final driver, but he is invalidated. So Jack is on pole position for the first time this season. AMS Remote second, Micromesh third, Vakandai fourth, Chocolate fifth, Gibbo sixth, Devinay seventh, K1 eighth, Tyrant ninth, and Leonidas 10th. This is a top 10. And Friartuk decided to pit. Crossfog was the fastest from the lower 8. And there was 2 drivers who haven't set a lap. Gio and Ferrari fan 97. Does somebody have a penalty? No penalties for the race. As we see the results as we see the final results, as I said before, it's not full quali, is it? Or it's full quali? Oh shit, sorry, I forgot. Oh, we are 18. Yeah, 3 drivers out. There can be Gio and Ferrari fan. Thank you for reminding me that it's full qualifying. So 3 drivers eliminated. There can be Gio and Ferrari fan. 2 of them haven't set a lap. We see Gio struggled to set a lap, and the combi is invalidated his soft run. Now we on to the second part of the qualifying session. 10 drivers will go through to Q3 and 5 drivers will be eliminated after this 15 minutes. No setup changes anymore. Parc Fermé rules are online, and Micromesh, I think he will be the first. No, there are more drivers, like Imitate Swift. He's the first one to leave the pits. He's the first one to leave the pits. Then comes Tyrant. And then Devaney will with the Ferrari. K1 remote. Micromash. Star Wars Beast. Chocolate Cross. Jack and Leonidas. The 3 drivers who decided to stay inside the pit is Vakandai, Friartuk and Gibbo. There is some traffic going on, crosses behind. Remote now ahead, Remote lets him past as we now see drivers starting their lap. Imitate Swift is the first one. A little bit of oversteer. Now Brussels, turn 11 and turn 12. It's chocolate going through La Sauce. Purple for Micromash. With lab data disabled. K1 on the mediums. It seems like oh, and somebody is on the runoff area. It's Devaney. He waits for the Ferraris to let them past. At least one of the Ferraris. Imitate Swift goes fastest, 143.4. But let's see the next driver who will set a lap. It's Tyrant. He goes second with 2 tenths, less than 2 tenths. K1 goes fastest with the mediums. Star Wars Beast comes 5th. Micromash goes fastest with a 142.6, only 3 tenths faster than K1 on the mediums. The next driver to set a lap is Will 143.5. Remote left the session. Jack goes fastest 141.141. It's like Kimi Raikkonen's pole in Monza 2018. Cross sets a lap for 2 minutes 4, but that is a lap which won't be enough to get through, obviously. Leonidas goes third, Chocolate goes fourth, and there is only 3 I took on a lap, at least, who haven't set a lap, but he's on a lap, but it's invalidated. So we are waiting for the drivers. Vakandai Hartsosh is 11th, but he is on an out lap. Star Wars beats Micromesh is Micromesh have let Jack pass. Same happened with Star Wars Beast. The two Ferraris going to the pits. No, Cross is going for another lap. Obviously, this lap will not be enough to get into Q3. He's the only one on a lap. Jack retired from the session because he's 1.5 seconds clear from P2. It's slower. It's 1.6 seconds slower. Crosswalk set. Oh, Crosswalk gone for another lap. The lap before it was a 144.2. It is not enough. He needs at least a 143.993 to get through right now. But Remote haven't set a lap, but he's disconnected. Wakanda is on a lap and he is trying to set lap. Freyatuk is in the pits. Devaney is on an out lap. Remote is on an out lap. Now, I think he rejoined, but I haven't seen the message from the game. Gibbo is on a lap, but he invalidated. Crossfrog is now on into the pits. Freyatuk is on an out lap. Davenay just started his lap. Vakandai is might go in the top 3. Let's see. He comes out of the final corner, opens his DRS onto the line, and it's 5th, 142.879. Enough for top 5, but not for top 3. Imitate Swift going for another lap, but will spin out from La Source. Some slipstream from the AlphaTauri. Going through a Rouge Radion. and he invalidated. The driver who will set a lap is Devaney in a few seconds. Now comes out of the final corner. He goes 6th fastest with a 1:42.881. It's not slower. It's not a very bad lap, but it's 2 milliseconds slower than Makandai's lap. Friartuk is on a lap. He is the person who haven't set a lap but ahead on track. Oh, yeah, Friartuk goes through the traffic. 30.271. Sector 1 is looking okay. Through turn 10. Now turn 11. And Pujon is waiting for him. As we see the Aston Martin working on his tyres at the back. Pujon is okay. And Remote was ahead on track. 1:41.6, still 5/10 slower than Jack's time. Friartuk and Remote retired from the session. He now comes out of the final corner, and he goes only 13th. It's not enough for Q3. He goes for another lap. It's Chocolate, retired from the session. Crossfrog is on an out lap. He needs to set a lap, a good lap, a better lap if he wants to get through to qualifying. It's the same thing that Star Wars Beast, Friartuk, Tyrant and Will needs to do to get through Q3. Set a faster lap. It sounds easy, but in this 7-kilometer long circuit, it's not that easy to get everything right. This is the track where the drivers are the closest to a 2-minute lap time. In wet conditions, sometimes it is over 2 minutes, but in dries it's around 1:42. There is oh, and somebody DNF'd. Yeah, Star Wars Beast retired from the session. He DNF'd. Outlap. Micromash is on an outlap. Devaney is on a lap. But Star Wars Beast will not improve. He is out from the qualifying. Devaney is faster but invalidated. So he needs to get to the line quick. The AlphaTauri goes down the road to let the Aston pass. And who Cross starts a lap now. Same with Will comes 1:41.9, comes third. He is safe and he's true. Gibbo is now the one who needs to set a lap. And Imitate Swift is in danger. Crossfrog gets a bit of slipstream from his teammate. It's a very good team game from the Ferraris, and he spun the wheel. What just happened there? And the Ferrari of Crossfrog is now, I think, out from the qualifying. He did slow down a lot though. He did not carry that much speed into Les Combes turn 8. But that might be quali over. Imitate retired. I think uh, he thinks he's safe, but no. He DNF'd. He dropped it. He dropped it. He's out of the qualifying. He will not improve. Gibbo might improve, and I think he will improve. But let's see Cross. Yeah, it's quali over for Cross now. Tyrant is 1.2 seconds faster. What happened on the first lap there? But I don't know and I don't care, because we know that Tyrant is going to be through into Q3 1.2 seconds faster than his previous lap if he does not invalidate or drop it out at the exit of the last corner, and he did not do that. He will be through. Fourth place for Tyrant, 142.1. Gibbo is fifth. He comes fifth, and there goes K1. K1 is not true. He's out. Devaney, he did not came out of the pits. He decided to stay in the pits, and therefore he goes. He's true. What an amazing performance from Devaney. K1 improved with the softs during the second sector, but in the third sector it was just pure pain for the Williams. He lost it. He lost the tenths that he had in spare. It's cool. It's a really, really surprise. It's a real surprise for me that K1 is out. He finished on the. He finished fourth or third, I think, in season 3. But I will give you a. Yeah, he finished P3 in the championship, 7 points behind P2. So it was a very good performance from him last year. Last season, not last year. But Jack, Remote, Will, Tyrant, Gibbo, Micromash, Leonidas, It's Chocolate, Wakandai, and Devaney, who are true to qualifying 3, the pole shootout. This session will only be 12 minutes long, so everybody has to be very precise with the times. Will is going out, and one of the Williams, I think Remote is the one who came out. Yes, he is the only Williams, because K1 is eliminated. The two Red Bulls are working. The two Red Bull crew are working in the right. Uh, as you can see now, Jack leaves the garage. Micromash is not, but there was some movement inside his garage. So it's Remote, the first driver who is out on track. Then comes William, Devaney, Jack, Tyrant. Oh, he hit the wall on the inside. They are in. They are on the track right now, but there are. Devaney invalidated. I don't know how. but it's Chocolate who came out of the pits, and Leonidas is now, and Vekandai, Micromash and Gibbo. No, Gibbo is now coming out of the pits. So it's Wakandai and Micromash who decided to stay in the pit. They want a free track just for themselves. And now Remote tries to set a lap which is worth a pole position. Jack was the fastest in Q2. He set an amazing lap. If he repeats that, there won't be a really big fight for pole. Kandai is coming out of the pits, so it's only Micromash who decided to stay in. As we see, Remote starting his lap, opens his DRS, and now let's see a lap from Remote. Remote invalidated his lap, so he needs to go again. Jack is the other pole. He is the other driver who are really popular, really in a fight for pole position. Goes the fastest first sector. Now Micromash is still in the pits. Leonidas is he just started his lap, but Devaney is or Tyrant, maybe. No, Tyrant. Wakanda is on an out lap, so it's Devaney who will set a lap. Comes out of the final corner. It's a 142.2. It's a very good lap from him. He is now on provisional pole. Will comes faster, 141.830. He is now on provisional pole. Tyrant 42.739. It's not provisional pole. And Jack is on pole, I think I can say that. 140.747. The fastest of the weekend. And it's only 4 or 3. I think it's only 3/10. He's only... No, the lap record is a 143.408. So we beat that, but that was in the race, and that's in the qualifying, obviously. But I think it's impressive one. It's an impressive. So we can say that Jack is on pole. We are just waiting for the other drivers to do the laps, and then it's over in terms of qualifying. The race will be 22 laps. Kandai 41.968. Gibbo 42.3, Leonidas 42.5, and Chocolate 142.917. William takes a grid penalty for collision with Tyrant. What happened with the Ferrari and the Alpine? There was some... I think there was a rear ending there. But there was collision before, between them before this race, social race Monaco. It wasn't streamed, but there was collision where the result of that collision was that William DNF'd from that race. But it's now Division 1, so we are focused on that and not some social race things. Gibbo into the pits, Will retired from the session. Vakandai third. And Remote tries to set a valid lap. He validated his one before. He goes purple sector 1. Jack haven't retired yet. I think after that lap he might be, but not this one, because Remote looks faster than Jack. Not by much, but faster. Davine is on track now, and it's a 12.765. Let's see Jack's middle sector. It's 60 milliseconds slower. But let's see, will Remote be on pole or it's Jack? It's only a tenth. It's only a tenth separating them. Jack is, I think, on pole. Remote tries to set another lap. No, he retired. So it's Jack on pole, Remote second, and Will retired. So I I don't know, and I won't say that he will be third because the Kandai is, he might be faster. Same with Gibo and Chocolate. Micromash is on an outlap. He put everything on one lap. If he drops it, invalidates, or something happens on that lap, it's over for him. We are waiting for the drivers to reach the finish straight. Tyrant leading the pack with Chocolate right behind him. No, Gibbo, sorry, not chocolate Gibbo. So Tyrant 142.7, Gibbo 142.3, Micro Micromash, he did not set a lap. Leonidas 142.5, Bakandai 141.9, and Jack 140.7, Chocolate 142.9. So these are the lap times. Devaney is in the pits, and Chocolate missed the time. Chocolate missed finish rate. He couldn't start his lap. It was over. He miscalculated something. So we now see Tyrant goes 170 milliseconds faster, 1/10, 17 hundredths of a second faster in Sector 1. Now goes through Pujon, a bit of a lift off and a gear change back to 7th. So let's see, he's 8 tenths faster, which will eventually move him up to P4, or if he can gain P3. He goes through Blanchimont, and now the bus stop chicane is waiting for him. He does that smooth and clean, and it's third for him. 141.7, Gibbo only 6th. Micromash comes 4th, and Vakandai, we are waiting only for him, and Jack obviously, but it's a 141.8, he goes 5th, and Jack is on pole. So Jack is on pole for the Belgian Grand Prix. Remote second, Tyrant third, Micromash fourth, Vakandai fifth, William sixth, but he has a 5 place grid penalty, so he will start the race from 11th place. Gibbo, Devaney, Leonidas, and it's Chocolate, the top 10, and we have other 10 other drivers, 8 of them, who aren't that fast to get inside Q3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we are going to be in the race. It is not sunny. It's not clear. There is some clouds in the middle of the Ardennes in Stavelot, Spa-Francorchamps, the circuit that is the longest in the Formula 1 calendar and Fortune Racing's calendar too. The first round of the Fortune Racing Division 1 Championship will get underway in a few seconds, minutes, because there is going to be a formation lap out. Jack on pole, Remote second, and Tyrant third. These are our top 3 from the qualifying that just ended a few seconds ago. 18 drivers on the grid. We might have chaos, we don't. I don't know, but let's see. We hope that, at least I hope, there won't be a really big crash like in 2012 in real life. Romain Grosjean hits Lewis Hamilton, and then Hamilton flied over Fernando Alonso, or like in 2018 with Charles Leclerc, Nico Hulkenberg, and Fernando Alonso too. Or just like 2019 with 2019 and 2023. In 2019, Max Verstappen and Kimi Raikkonen collided into turn one, and in 2023 it was Carlos Sainz and Oscar Piastri as the formation lap gets underway. Jax on pole, Remote second, Tyrant third, Micromash fourth, fifth Vakandai, sixth Gibbo, seventh Devaney, eighth Lionides, ninth It's Chocolate, 10th K1, 11th William, 12th Imitate, 13th Friartuk, 14th Star Wars Beast, 15th Crossfrog. He overtakes their combi. No, it was just a lag for me. Geo 17th and Ferrari Fan 97 on 18th place will round off the grid. The possible race strategies, there are multiple ones. The one stop or a two stop. The Pirelli suggests a lap 10 pit for hards, but below the graphics with a two stop is just bullshit, because pitting in lap 8 and going 2 or 3 laps on the mediums to switch then to the hards is just a no-brainer. Jack starting on the hards, same with Remote, Tyrant and Micromash starting on the mediums, same as Vakandai, Gibbo, Devaney. Lionides starts on the mediums, It's Chocolate on the hards, K1 on the mediums, William Talbot on the hards, Imitate on the mediums, Friartuk on the mediums, Star Wars Beast 3 on the mediums, Cross on the hards, their combi on the mediums, Geo and Ferrari Fan on the softs. We see the driver who has 1 point in this championship because of the pole position. He got the pole, it's a point. And the big change from last season is the point system. We reverted the point system to the old, the actual Formula 1 point system. We had this in season 2, but we decided to change that for season 3. It was a very different point system. Now it's the official Formula 1 point system. We are waiting for the lights and waiting for every driver to find their grid spots. Ladies and gentlemen, the Division 1 race in Fortune Racing and Season 4 is underway. Jack got a very good start. This is a very terrible camera angle. Jack then goes Remote. He defends off Tyrant. There was no crash at the end though. Now as we see Gibbo and Vakandai fighting for position, Crossfrog overtake Friartuk. Now it's wheel to wheel up towards a Rouge Radion. Devaney overtakes Vakandai. And Remote takes the lead of the race. He takes the race and Imitate Swift spun. He spun at the turn 7. Devaney gets overtaken by Vakandai. And there is no real big changes. Will got a 3-second already. Because of track limits. Devaney and Vakandai are fighting with each other. They are now going to Blanchimont. K1 drops it. Oh, it's the wrong button. K1 drops it. Or he just went wide. No, he dropped it. No front wing for the the Williams driver. As we go back to Davini and Weka and Aibat, we eventually get in the middle of the battle here for 9th place. It's Chocolate, William and their combi. Their combi tries an overtake on Will and he manages to get the overtake, but Will fights back, and this was a good try from their combi. He now tries to get slipstream, he now tries to go on the inside of him, and he goes through. Their combi overtakes William Talbot, Leonidas overtake Wakandai, but they are fighting with each other. Imitates with retired from the session, and there is safety car. Now this is a very interesting situation. One lap all tire for everybody, so the soft runners needs to pit obviously, because they will lose a lot of time if they don't pit. The medium runners could pit to the hards, and at the end they would pit again for maybe the mediums. But let's see how big is the difference between the tires. We don't know the percentages. I could ask that, but I don't want to ask that because there are drivers who are chatting with each other. So if you want to race here or just chilling with each other, join our Discord server in the top right corner. You can see the Discord link. And just write it down or just type it in a Google or some browser, and it will give you a Discord invite. Now the pack isn't really separated. The Delta is a really big threat. Remote stays out, Jack stays out, Tyrant stays out, Micro stays out, Gibbo, Devaney, Leonidas, Wakandai, everybody stays out. I think there are nobody pit. Only K1 pitted, but he had damage, so nobody pitted. Everybody decided to stay out because the hards and the mediums haven't really got percentages and tire wear. I don't know, guys, what are you talking about? Like, the combi haven't done any major things that I have caught on camera. He just driving like a normal person. And if you have incidents, please report it after the race so the stewards, including me, can investigate it. So we are now only waiting for K1 because everybody is lined up behind the safety car. He's only 15 seconds behind the now only 13-12 behind Ferrari fan. There will be a remote restart. Remote will restart it. Our first safety car was called in the first lap of the race. And Imitate Swift coasted it. He retired on track manually, so not DNF'd or something like that. We go another lap behind the safety car, I think, with everybody lined up. Yes, everybody lined up, but we are going to do another lap. Chocolate and Wakandai are fighting for positions. And Chocolate overtook Wakandai under the safety car, which is very... no, he lets him know. no penalty, which means it was a legal overtake from the game, but that wasn't legal. Overtake under the safety car is not allowed at any stage. So remote will restart the race, and we will have only 18 laps of racing left. Safety car in this lap, and remote will restart the race. And now we go through the bus stop chicane. He slows down, and now he uses overtake and slammed on the throttle pedal. He restarted and he built up a 3/10 gap. Gio lost a few positions. Gio lost a lot of positions. He's now last place. Crossroad gets overtaken by Will. Gio overtakes two people in La Sauce. Friartuk gets 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. He overtook someone under the yellow flags. Their combi overtakes its chocolate, and he now tries to overtake Wakandai. He's going for it, and he hates Wakandai, which caused that he was just avoided the wall. Let's get back to the front. Remote, then Jack, Tyrant, Micromash, Gibbo, the top 5. And there might be an attacking opportunity for Jack, maybe to Blanchimont. Yeah, it's only 3/10. Now it's less than 3/10. He's closing. He does not use ERS. Remote does not use ERS. They are going nearly side by side through Blanchimont. They haven't gone side by side, but it was a really good opportunity to go to get side by side. Jack sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:45.8, 3 seconds, no, 2 seconds off the track record. Friartuk overtook their combi and Crossrog into turn 1, and it was on the straight. Jack is fighting with the speed of the Williams on the straight. It isn't it wasn't an opportunity for him to get through. He was faster, but not. But as soon as he left the slipstream, it wasn't enough power. The Red Bull hadn't had enough power to get through the Williams. Gio and Cross spun, so they are on the back now. There is now 4 tenths. Devaney got a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. And now it's 3.5 tenths, 3 tenths now. Blanchimont, he closes the gap a lot into Blanchimont. Gio gets a 3 second of a penalty. Gio retires from the session. He DNF'd and it's another safety car. Pit Chocolate, William pitted. Their combi stayed out. K1 pitted. Fryer took pitted. Star Wars Beast pitted. Ferrari fan pitted. Crossfrog will pit and he pits. Now half of the grid pitted. Gio dropped it and therefore it's another safety car. The safety car will will get in at maybe lap 9 or lap 10. It depends on the drivers how fast they can reach the safety car queue. So, tactical analysis that we have to do. Chocolate, William, Ferrari fan, Fryer took, Cross and Star Wars Beats on a new set of a tire. K1 is on a used mediums, but he used that on qualifying, so that means this isn't a really used tire, maybe 5%, but that's not much but that's not much. Devaney took a lot of people, but because the front pack are pitting. Remote, Tyrant, Jag, Gibbo, Devaney, Leonidas, Micromash, and their combi are pitting. So everybody will have new tires, including K1, but it was a used tire, but we can say that it's new because it wasn't used that much in qualifying. The queue has reached the safety car, so we are just waiting for drivers to catch up from the back, and we are going to go green and race again here in Spa-Stavelot. safety car in this lap, which means another restart for remote to done perfectly like last time. There is a every driver wants to get the perfect position to start the restart the best they can. Therefore, a lot of drivers will move to the side of other drivers, which isn't an say, and remote restarted it way before the chicane. He did not do that what he did last time out. He restarted Jack, Tyrant, Gibbo, Devaney, Micromash, Leonidas, Vakandai, and Ace Chocolate and William is the top 10 that we have. There is a fight going for P8 right now. The gap in the front is over 5 tenths, so it isn't that interesting as like this, because Chocolate will try to overtake the Kandai, but he can't. But now he's on the outside. They're going side by side. Now no, they went side by side. Now Chocolate is on the outside. He tries to go ahead of him, and they collide a bit. But the Kandai still remains 8th. And there is a big train while Devaney overtook Gibbo. Gibbo had a snap of oversteer. Crossfrog overtook Friartook. But now, let's get back to the battle for P8. The Kandai, Chocolate, William, their combi and K1 are fighting for P8. Chocolate is trying to go for a dive bomb. No, he does not do the dive bomb. EMS remote got the fastest lap on 43.9, but there was some kind of accident or incident there. Micromash and Leonidas Gibbo are fighting for position, while their combi and Will are fighting too. Their combi overtook Will. So Chocolate following the Kandai, and he has to get it here. No, as soon as he leaves the slipstream, there is not enough power in that Ferrari motor in that Ferrari engine to produce that power that he needs for an overtaking. But DRS will be enabled next lap. Which is really good for drivers like Chocolate who are stuck behind other drivers. 3 seconds are awarded for 2 drivers, Will and Devaney. K1 pitted 2 times. Leonidas gets ahead of Devaney. And from the leader it's 16 seconds down behind. Their combi overtook 6 Chocolate, but he's on the softs. And he tries to go for the Kandai, and he goes for it, and he overtook. No. He's on the outside. They're trying to fight. This is a really good battle here. Chocolate fighting back. But their combi is still ahead of him. The Kandai is trying to... Oh, and Leonidas! Oh my god, that was a really, really big accident. And now it's a fight for P5. Three drivers lost it. Leonidas Gibbo gets overtaken by Will. Chocolate, their combi Vakandai, and there will be, oh no, and there was contact between them, but not that much. Vakandai defending like a lion. Their combi is trying to overtake him, but there is no real space there. Chocolate now keeps back, and their combi overtook Vakandai finally. So now it's Chocolate's turn to overtake the Hungarian. Will, then Gibbo, then Micromash and K1 are looking from a bit far behind, but there is fight going for P1, and as I go there, Jack overtook Remote. Now DRS open. He does not go for an overtake. He's waiting, and at the final moment he will hunt them down. Chocolate, William goes past, Gibbo goes past Wakanda 2 and Will 2, and he crashes into Will. Micromash is trying to overtake. Overtook both of them. Wakanda lost 2 positions in a straight, and Gibbo tried to kill with a Will with a dive bomb. But here comes Micromash. They're really fighting for that position. Wakanda eventually loses the car a bit, and now Micromash goes through. Their combi on 4th P4. It's an amazing result from the Brazilian. Davini, then Chocolate, Micromash, William, Wakanda and Gibbo, and it's now a fight for P7 as we see Gibbo tries to defend. No, he tries to attack Wakanda. And Remote gets back to the lead. Jack now has to fight back, but there is DRS. Wakanda overtook Will. This is the fight that we are having in real life F1 too, but not the one we have at the front. And they collide. Wakanda and Will lost 2 position. Gibbo goes up to P8. But as I said that, Will comes back and tries to overtake Gibbo through a Rouge Radio. Jack overtook Remote with DRS. And the combi has to defend off Devaney, but he can't because Devaney got ERS and DRS too, so he gets past on the camel straight. Wakanda is fighting for P10, the final points position. Leonidas and Cross are looking from behind. What is happening there? The 2 Alfa Romeos DNF'd, so there is no points for the Italian team. Tyrant sitting lonely between the big fights of P4 and P7 and P1 and P2. It's 5/10. Let's see Remote. He gets a 10th, but not that much time. Let's head back to the combi. He overtook Devaney, and now he gets past DRS, so he's safe now, at least for at least until the start of the DRS zone in the Camel Straight. But however, Remote might try to overtake. Yes, not might, but he overtook Jack. And they are really fighting for the lead. They are the two fastest drivers in the league. 7 seconds behind from the leaders, sitting Tyrant, Devaney, now Chocolate joining the battle. There, the combi is down to 6th. Devaney, 4th, trying to defend off Chocolate, the runner-up from last season's Division 2 championship. Micromash now gone. Gibbo is the one who is ahead of William Talbot. Wakandai K1. We can say Leonidas and Crossrock too, I think, and the two Alpha Tauriers. Ferrari fan, he's disconnected. He's lost. So now we can see a very good battle here from K1's angle. As I said, that we are going to watch that battle. Jack and Tyrant are pitting for, I think, new softs, and the combi is coming into the pits. Obviously, he's having a soft tire on. Tyrant, new mediums gone on the Briton. Jack is out with new mediums. Devaney overtook Chocolate. He's now into P2. Vakandai and Will fighting for P7. Let's check that battle. Now it's like a battle for P8. Jack overtook Micromash. Team orders or just pure overtaking, we don't know. But Jack is ahead of Micromash now. Tyrant is 13th. He got stuck behind that pack. Remote is staying out. Jack is 3rd now, overtook its Chocolate. And now going for Devaney. Or Devaney. I don't know why I call them Devaney. Devaney. Cross-pitted. The combi fitted a new set of soft tires for his car. Let's see, Jack is now up to P2. Micromash is fighting for... not fighting, Devaney and Chocolate fighting for P3. Back and I got a 3-second for exceeding track limits. Will is up to P6, but fighting with Gibbo. K1, Tyrant overtook Star Wars Beast and he pushed him off. Leonidas got pushed off by Star Wars Beast, and there might be a dive bomb. Yes, it is. It is a dive bomb into Bruxelles. And now turn 11. Oh, and Vakandai. What happened here? Is it a puncture? No, it's not a puncture. He just dropped it. But there is constant fighting for a lot of positions. But now, let's see the leader gap. It's around 19 seconds, as we said before. The Oh, and somebody lost it. Star Wars Beast retired, and it's a safety car. It's going to be our final safety car, I think, because yeah, there might be a virtual one. 5 seconds with severe coverage. Davney got in 5 seconds. He has ace now because colliding with his chocolate. Their combi staying out. Same with Jack. He got 13 positions. He, he will be the driver of the day if he can keep it on track. Everybody will set new soft tires. It's obvious. Davney fitted on new mediums because he might not have new set of softs. Remote on 9 laps old softs. Wheel pit, I think. Star Wars Beast lost it. The AlphaTauri. So now there is no real uh, option. There is no option for AlphaTauri to get double points. So now we are watching intervals. There comes remote. And he will came into the pits. Yes, he do. Jack. The combi. It's Chocolate, Davney, Micromash, Will, Gibbo, Tyrant, K1, Leonidas. Fryer took the Kandai Cross and the AI Ferrari fan. He did bid for the softs remote, so everybody has to catch the safety car now in one lap, because next lap it will be in no matter what. Tires condition, I cannot do that. There's only tires. Everybody has one lap old tires except Ferrari fan and the combi. There's no tire condition thing in the game. I can't see that how are the percentages for different drivers. It will show up on the right hand side of the screen sometimes, but not always. Oh, Tyrant dropped it! Dropped it during the safety car, and it is a really... He will be lost. He reverses and he gets damage. I don't know. He dropped it, and now he's lost. And there will be another lap of safety car. This is a really big chance for the back markers, the runners. at the back. Cross, Vakandai, maybe Leonidas to get, and Tyrant obviously, to get some serious positions and points. The combi needs only 3, there will be only 3 laps left, which means that the Alpine on the 3rd place, their combi, has a chance to get on the podium. The Tyrant pitted. Yes, he did. He pitted for new softs. He needs to get back to the pack before the time runs out, which is around sector 3, but he will get back to the pack. There will be a final remote restart. If we surpass lap 20, there won't be another safety car. If we cross the line, so this is the last safety car, because if we cross the line, the game has a safety car limit of 5, but has a safety car, the final time when a safety car can come out, and it's 3 laps before the end. So for this race, it's lap 20. But no, we'll go another lap. We go another lap, and that means there will be only 2 laps of racing left, which gives a lot of hope for the Brazilian on P3. Less hope for drivers at the back, Crossfrog, Vakandai, for Tyrant and Leonidas, to try and get positions, because there are 3 laps left from this race. We do not, at least it's my preference, I don't want to end the race with a very with the safety car at the very end. I don't want to end the race like that. It's my preference if I'm a driver. But now I'm commentating, so we are not talking about driving things, at least from my end. And now, if you are here, please make... No, I don't want to do that. Please give me your thoughts. Who will win, Remote or Jack? And if not, who else could win this race? And now, safety car in this lap, which means 2 laps of racing. Everybody has a chance to win this race. But the drivers with the most chances are Remote and the Jack. They dominated this whole race. They've battled it. Remote stayed on the lead for a long time. Jack has a lot to show off, and he will go to the final opportunity where he can do the restart, and this is now. Gibber overtook Will, he let it pass. K1 comes over, but let's see at the front. 2 laps of racing remaining here in Spa-Stavelot, Belgium. Remote leads, Jack second, their combi third, Chocolate fourth, and Devaney fifth. Tyrant overtook the AI Ferrari fan. Now, there won't be a DRS, so everybody has to get overtakes by power. Remote defends off Jack's attack in the Camel Straight, but now we are going through Las Combes and now into Bruxelles, which is a very good overtaking opportunity, but he's really far back. 3/10 is a lot from staying here upwards, but in the driving, if you're driving, it's really different. 3/10 could be a lot. Leonidas is the one who overtook K1, so he is now up to P9, 2 points for him. If this stands, their combi is defending off Chocolate. He is on much faster and newer softs, and he needs to defend like a lion, but he can't do anything to Chocolate's attack. He might fight back with his power, but Devaney tries to do something. There was no DRS. K1 got a 3-second penalty, and he spun, and Chocolate got spun by their combi. Vakandai, Fryatuk and Gibbo got spun too. Tyrant got 2 positions, but we now get back to the lead. Remote and Jack are fighting for P1 and 2, as I said before. Jack has the advantage for the final lap. He overtook Remote. He needs to cover him off every single opportunity, and he will win this race. Micromash is now fighting with Devaney, and Micromash got hit and he spun. Devaney did not left him enough space. And now the combi is going to be on the podium. If not, it's Chocolate or William Talbot trying to find some more space. Crossfog overtook Tyrant. It's a fight for the final position in the points. And Crossfog, a Division 2 driver who is a Div 1 reverse, might beat last season's champion in Division 2, Tyrant. But as we get to the lead, we see that Jack will win this race by a big margin of 1 second. He rounds the final corner. Jack Brassington from Britain wins this race with the fastest lap. Remote comes home second. The combi and Devaney fighting. The combi gets it by pace. Chocolate fourth, Leonidas fifth, William Talbot sixth, and everybody finished. But we will see the full results. It was a really good race. I think it was a really good race. The combi got the driver of the day award. Obviously, he overtook 13 people, and we can see the Briton on the podium. 2 Britons and 1 Brazilian. Red Bull won So this is the end, the overall, the results. Jack won, Remote second, there Combi third, Chocolate fourth, Leonidas fifth. This is the top five. William Talbot sixth, seventh is Micromash, eighth Crossfrog, ninth Devaney, tenth Tyrant. He got into the points. Gibbo just missed the points, and so on, so on. Ferrari fan got one lap, so it is. It was a really good race, I think. And, and I think that's it. Division 1, round 1 is ended. It's finished, and only 7 races left now. Now we're going to have some uh, interviews with the podium drivers. I just need to have them ready. Yep. So, thanks for watching, but do not go anywhere because we are ready with the interviews. The winner, Jack Bransington, is now in the commentator's studio. Hello, Jack. How do you feel after this incredible win with an overtake in the last lap?
Pretty good. Um, Last lap. I mean, the entire race basically until that safety car where we offset tires. I was kind of controlling my ERS, controlling my pace. I didn't really want to. He was driving fast enough to pull away from Tyrant anyway, so I didn't really want to waste my ERS. Kind of sat behind, used the DRS, and yeah, I felt in control. Second, I mean, for the entirety of the stint after the safety car as well, I forgot I was using 7T brake bias, so that was fun. But yeah, yeah, good race, good drive.
What do you think of Remote's drive? He had a really good race. He had a better race than you, or it's just pure pace. Why did you overtake him? It was a very weird question, but the main focus on what I wanted to ask is that Remote is a title contender or not?
Um, with a few mistakes, definitely, but uh, yeah, yeah, he could be. Yeah, maybe on tracks he's good at, for sure. This was
Next,
a good race for him.
yeah, the next race is Miami. What do you think of this circuit? Do you think you will be faster than here in Belgium, or is it a better or a worse track for you?
Miami's one of the better tracks for me. I've always been fairly decent at Miami. I just need a few laps to get bedded into it. Otherwise, like the left-hander where it's quite easy to go off. I can't remember what turn it is. I always mess up there. It's a tricky corner for me. But once I've done a few laps on the track, it's fairly easy and I'm pretty good.
Okay.
Um,
Do you
yeah,
want to say anything else?
just to, I mean, it felt like a strange race in terms of incidents, but yeah, good race, everyone.
Yeah, you weren't involved in a lot of incidents though, but at the back there was just pure chaos sometimes.
As always.
Yeah. But yeah, a very good race for you. You're leading the
Thank you very much.
championship, and I hope I can interview you in Miami too.
Thank you very much.
Now we are waiting for the other drivers. We're just waiting for Remote if he wants to give us an interview or not. He said he do not want to do uh, an interview today. So I think if Dercombi does not answer within a few minutes, I think we can call the end of this race. Leo is not ready to give us an interview, so thank you very much for today's viewing. I think it was a really good race. We had a lot of track action, last lap overtaking, and some crazy fights in the middle and in the fronts too. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Maybe I'm not be the commentator, but let's see. I don't know. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Make sure to click on Fortune Racing on Saturday, Division 2 race here at Belgium 2. Will be a very crazy race, I think. I will be driving. There will there are a lot of commentators who are ready to commentate that race. So thank you very much for watching, and subscribe, like, and comment if you have uh, any opinions about the race or just want to ask about Fortune Racing. In the top right, you can see, no, the top right, it was during the race, but we have a Discord server. Join there and be part of the Fortune Racing journey. And again, thank you very much for watching, and see you guys next